called T.J. Hooker, the men will watch that, starting September 1st. And he has a new movie out, again, as Admiral James Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. I heard it's a smash. A friend of mine saw it already, just loves it. Star Trek 2. So you please help me welcome, will you please help me welcome William Shatner?
I love the Tonight Show, you know. They put you in a cage, and when it's time to come out, they lift this thing and they send you out.
They send you out, but you don't have a bottle with you.
No, but it's got a bottle back there, I guess. What a lovely dress, Joan.
I was scared somebody was going to, you know, stain it before.
Spots on it, go with the...
Well, you're into animals. Who am I to say one silly time when you were drunk?
I know each other.
You raise Dobermans.
Dobermans and quarter horses.
Yeah.
Breed Dobermans.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh?
Well, they're very scary, Dobermans.
Yes, if you're not acquainted with them. There was a guy up at the house today who kind of challenged one. I don't know why, what was on his mind. He said if you approach dogs and you feel confident, they won't bite you. And he was holding his hand at the time. The dog had taken a nip on him. I didn't understand what he was doing.
What do you do when you breed them? How many do you have around your house?
Well, I have 3. What you do, well, like this chinchilla, where they breed for characteristics, fur characteristics, you breed for characteristics. Dobermans have a conformation, you breed for conformation, you breed for demeanor.
What do you mean by conformation?
Well, you want hindquarters.
They go to religious school?
You breed for attitude.
Mean, right? You breed for
No,
mean.
you breed for a dog who's territorial, but is acquiescent and won't bite at a moment's notice, but with good notice he might defend his territory.
And what about quarter horses?
And quarter horses, I'm breeding...
and what do they do, quarter horses?
Well, quarter horses can be
they
for pleasure, for racing, or they can cut cattle, a working horse.
As my husband said, they cut cattle, yeah.
They cut and quarter cattle.
Yeah.
You breed there, you breed for conformation as well, something like the Doberman, the hindquarters, the back, the head, and the neck. And you breed for cow sense, so that they are almost instinctively going for the cow.
Now, what happens? You take one that has great cow sense.
Yes.
And there are no cows around. Does it have something like a chicken sense? Or
no.
You just get it crazy.
They actually cut goats, if you will.
Cut goats.
I mean, if you can't have calves all the time, you have a goat. It's an amazing thing to watch a goat being herded by a giant quarter horse.
It's very unfair.
Really, well, the goat butts his head, and he's up against a lot of trouble there. The breeding of animals is a very ancient process, and it's something that you bring your own sense of taste to if you have an affinity towards the breed, whether it's quarter horses or Dobermans in this case.
Now, you're not going to have much time now. I don't mean to cut. I mean, you've got your new show coming up, right?
Yes.
Which you should be doing already.
T.J. Hooker starts filming in July.
That's one. And the movie's a great success.
And this Star Trek movie, yes.
Yeah. My friend Shirley told me through the roof.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a marvelous motion picture.
Except at the end, we lose Dr. Spock.
We do?
That's what she told me.
Oh. Well, maybe we do. I don't know. You're going to have to pay your money and take a look. He dies, perhaps, but then on the other hand, he may continue to live.
The ears take months to go down, right? It's like, you know.
He shaves them and they keep coming to a point. No, Spock lives and dies and perhaps lives again. And you're going to have to pay your money to understand what I've just said.
So we could watch Star Trek 3 and like Rocky 17?
I certainly hope so.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be great? We'll all grow old. Star Trek.
Rocky and Star Trek and Joan.
Start the motor. You already said that, Captain. We'll start it again. Admiral, excuse me.
Commodore by then.
Commodore by then, sure. Now, your whole life has been affected, obviously, by Star Trek.
Yes.
Did people like, I know the clubs that were around the country that knew.
Conventions and clubs and people. I some time ago, a moment that I think I'd like to share with you was the most passionate thing I'd ever heard about Star Trek was a driver who called for me at my house to take me someplace, a limousine driver who said that he had searched for years to come into contact with me and had traded off jobs to drive me. And he wanted to tell me a story. And the story he started to tell me, as he was telling me, tears were coursing down his cheeks. He said that he had been in Vietnam and been captured, and that a group of his friends who had been in the same cell, the only way that they could keep themselves alive was to play the Star Trek game. And I said, what's the Star Trek game? And these were episodes that these young soldiers had memorized over the years. And in some cases, they were strangers to each other, but they knew the plots and the dialogue, and they would repeat the dialogue to each other and play an hour segment of Star Trek. And in that manner, they kept themselves not only alive, but sane. And it was the most moving story of that kind that I'd ever heard.
Did you tip him, or you figure he got enough out of you already?
That's awful, Joe. That is awful.
He was looking for a bigger tip. He told me the same thing about me. He said, Vietnam, we did your monologues over and over. You bought that old stuff. Let me ask you, in real life, because you're so heroic, I've seen you do things, the impossible.
Yes.
Go forward, men.
Gosh,
Don't reverse the thrones.
It's tiresome. I mean, you can get tired that way.
What about in real life? Has it ever really messed you up? Because people must expect you to be heroic at all points.
Well, not only people, but me. I mean, I feel that I should be heroic sometimes. So there was an occasion. I learned my lesson. I was in some event of some kind, an evening, and three guys approached me to fight. They challenged me, and rather than backing away, I thought, wait a minute. One of my favorite gags on the series was a flying kick, and throw both legs up, hit the guy with both legs. Of course, the stuntman taking the kick would fly off against the wall and crumble to a heap, and I'd pick myself up and drag him off to jail or something. And I was going to do it. I thought, I could take these three guys. I'll just launch myself in the air and kick out and knock these guys over. And then I remember my old physics lesson about equal reaction. I remembered suddenly, I had a vision of me hitting this guy with both feet, collapsing to the floor, the guy not moving, and the three guys kicking me to death. You know? So I didn't do it, and I backed off, screaming help, and it worked.
You have a clip for us, before we go any further, of Star Trek 2?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you want to set it up, and we can watch it and then talk some more?
Well, I think this is the moment of battle between the dreaded villain and the hero. I think that's enough to acquaint you with it.
Okay, and this is from Star Trek 2, which is released now, right? It's out now?
On Friday.
Con bloodsucker. You're gonna have to do your own dirty work now. Do you hear me? Do you? Kirk, you're still alive, my old friend. Still old friend. You managed to kill just about everyone else, but like a poor marksman, you keep missing the target. Perhaps I no longer need to try, Admiral.
Oh, no.
Let go, he can't take it. Come. Khan, you've got Genesis, but you don't have me. You are going to kill me, Khan. You're going to have to come down here. You're going to have to come down here. I've done far worse than kill you. I've hurt you. And I wish to go on hurting you. I shall leave you as you left me, as you left her, marooned for all eternity in the center of a dead planet. Buried alive. Buried alive.
That was recorded Ricardo Montalban, wasn't it?
Ricardo